Hi everyone, it's me, Jade Knowles, coming to you from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. I am going to show you a yet again revised edition of Blocking One's Brow. So if you want to see what this is all about, stay tuned. Just like any seasoned queen would use, she would use Elmer's School Glue. You can use the clear kind or the purple kind. I find that most queens use purple. Your first step is to always take your glue stick and make sure you're going against the hair, okay? You want to get it going left and you also want to get it going right. When you first apply the glue stick going against the grain, you want to make sure you have a tool like a spoolie. I love this one. It's Christian Dior. And you're going to make sure that you're really getting that glue into the brow and really putting it all over to cover the hair. Once you have applied the glue going against the hair, then you want to start immediately combing the hair up. Now, they always say if it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. This is what I do. Just because you don't want to stress your skin, just hold your forehead and kind of put the pressure of your eye going down. Don't squint too much and keep brushing up that hair going up onto the forehead. Once you have finished brushing it up, you're going to notice that some of the hairs might start to pop down. That's when you want to take a clean finger and make sure that you're just lightly brushing, not rubbing too much because you don't want the heat of your finger to melt the glue, but you want to make sure that you're just getting those hairs nice and stuck down. Sometimes I tap, and I find that helps to make the hair adhere better to the skin. And now you play the waiting game. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes for the brows to dry enough so you can then apply another layer on it. So I like to walk around. Sometimes I'll go outside on my patio and just let the cooler air, I find that helps set it a little faster. Some people use a hairdryer on a cool setting. That's also a good idea, especially if you're rushed for time. And once that first layer is set, then you're going to take your glue stick, and this time you're only going up onto the brow. Just apply it nice and thick onto the brow. You can still hold your forehead if you'd like, making sure that as you're applying that glue into your brow, you're really concentrating on the outside part of the brow, that it's adhered, as well as the inside part of the brow, so that that is adhered as well. Do a layer and then take your finger and keep tapping and brushing that up so it sticks nice and flat. What you want, as I have stated before, is when you turn to your profile, you do not want to see any kind of a bump on the skin because that's just going to add texture. And of course, if photos are being taken, even if you're potentially being videotaped, if it's that close, you might actually see that bump. And you play the waiting game again, always making sure to let it dry, apply a layer, let it dry, apply a layer. I like to apply about 5 to 6 layers. That gives me enough confidence that it's not going to crack at any time during my night out. And once you're happy with all the layers that you've applied, now it's time to start neutralizing the undertone of my brows. And in my case, because I have black brows, very dark brunette, it casts a blue shadow, so therefore I'm going to need to put on an orange or a salmon or a peach-based color first to help neutralize and tone down that blue depth that's in my brow. Now, before I actually put that orange color on, I'm just going to take the Makeup Forever HD powder, just in a little container here, and I'm just going to take a fan brush, like so, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the product and lightly dust it on top of that glue, because what that's going to do is set it, of course, and it also might help to absorb some excess moisture that might still be left within that brow. And after I've completed that, I'm also now going to take some orange. This is an orange color from the Makeup Forever Flash Color Palette. This is the orange I use to help neutralize that blue undertone. I'm just going to use a little teeny tiny Smashbox foundation brush. As you can see, it's the brush I always use for my orange. I'm just going to grab some product, just like so. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to slather it all over. What I'm going to do is making sure I'm just putting the product on my brow. Watch. Just smooth it over, making sure to cover it you can go a little above the brow. I just like to apply it almost in the shape of the brow. And once I've applied it on top and the shape of the brow, I'm then going to take my Makeup Forever HD setting powder, again with the same fan brush, lightly get a little bit of that product on there and just pounce it to help set it further. Once that is complete, I then take the Makeup Forever. This is the full cover, the camouflage cream. This is number 4. Just going to take a little bit and squirt it onto the back of a clean hand. Taking my brush, this is actually an old school Allison Raphael brush. Wow. Now I'm then going to take that product and just in the same manner of the orange cover, the camouflage cream, with the shape of my brow, I'm going to just apply that product just on the brow, like so. Now, as you can see, especially in this lighting, my brow has virtually disappeared already. After that, I go into my foundation. Now, I use the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation because I find it gives the most coverage. It has the highest pigment and it's high performance. I'm just going to take one pump of it on the back of a clean hand, use a dry beauty blender, pick up the product, and just bounce it all over the natural brow. And I also get it onto my forehead, and I will even take it down a bit. I don't want to get this onto my natural eyelid and my natural crease because I want to save that for my eye primer. Then picking up some HD powder with a fan brush and lightly setting again. Then I take my eye primer potion. I'm using the Urban Decay. I'm going to squirt a little bit out onto the back of a clean hand, take my finger, and just apply the product on my natural eyelid and underneath my natural brow bone. And as well, if you are going to wear eyeshadows on the bottom of your eye, feel free to take just a smidgen of the amount and put it all underneath the bottom of your eye, being careful to blend it out. I will then go in with a white cream pan stick. Now this is the Makeup Forever cream flash color in Clown White. I just take a little bit, once again, onto the back of a spatula with a teeny tiny foundation brush. Just going to grab some of the product and apply it, once again, just on the natural brow that I covered, following the shape. Take your beauty blender and just lightly blend out the white into the foundation on the upper part of the natural brow that you covered. Now it's time for eyebrows. A lot of queens will freehand their eyebrows, and that's fine. Personally, freehanding for me, I'd rather be more precise than to have little bits of imperfections in it. So I choose to use the Anastasia brow stencils. This is the high arc, as you can see. You can actually get a pack of these. Comes with a high arc, a slim arc, a medium high arc, a petite arc, and so on and so forth. They're great little tools for everyday use if you want to redraw your brow, but I use these, as I said, like a stencil, so I can draw on a new brow with perfection and, of course, ease. You definitely need to use 2 hands when you're maneuvering these stencils, and what I like to do is start and focus on the inside part of the stencil, because I'm going to be placing it, of course, right in here on the inside part. The cool thing about these stencils, too, for optical illusion reasons, if you wanted to draw your brows closer together for a more, I guess, evil look, you could totally do that. As well, if you have a larger nose, always remember the closer your brows are together, now mind you, not unibrow, the closer they are together, the slimmer your nose is going to look. You just take the stencil, placing it where you want it to start, and keep in mind you can maneuver how high or how low the arc is going to go just by moving the end. Once you find what's suitable to you, you're going to then hold it on the outside and on the inside. Hope you can see that. Then I like to take a liquid eyeliner. This is the Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner, and I'm just literally going to flick that pen all in that brow. It doesn't matter how messy you are and if you go on top of the stencil, because, you know, you're staying in the lines. Once you have that mapped out, all you do, holding the inside, lift it away from the skin, and voila, a perfect new brow. Of course, we're going to fill it in a little more. I like to use a double-ended brow brush. This is the Anastasia double-ended brow brush with a very dark brown eyeshadow. This is a Makeup Forever color. Can't remember what the number is. Just going to dab a little bit of that and fill in that brow, just where some of those gaps were left. And voila, a perfectly new eyebrow. From this point on, it's all about being creative with your makeup. Personally, I love to do a cut crease, and I also love to use the method of taking a piece of tape and applying it. So once you have finished putting on all your eye makeup and you pull that tape down, you get that sharp, crisp line. Thank you all so much. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. I can assure you I will answer all of your questions. Until next time, peace, love, and makeup.